This is how they disqualified her, but her story isn't over. Rebecca had always believed that if she worked hard, kept her integrity, and served God with all her heart, the path ahead would open wide for her. Life had not been easy, but her faith had been her anchor. She had grown up in a small town, raised by Aunt Miriam after losing her parents in a car accident. Going the extra mile, and always putting integrity first even when others took shortcuts. The promotion could change everything, not just for her, but for Aunt Miriam, who had sacrificed so much for her. Naomi, a colleague who had joined the company around the same time, had always been friendly on the surface. They shared lunches, exchanged stories, and occasionally prayed together before work. But as the promotion process began, Naomi's tone shifted. Her smiles became calculated, her questions probing. Rebecca sensed something, but she brushed it off. Surely someone who had prayed with her wouldn't try to harm her. The company announced that only 4 candidates had been shortlisted. Rebecca's name was there, alongside Naomi's, Clara's, and another senior staff member. It was competitive, but Rebecca knew her track record spoke for itself. What she didn't know was that behind closed doors, a casual comment implying she was too self-righteous and hard to work with. She heard bits and pieces but didn't want to dignify them with attention. The truth will speak for itself. As the final evaluation drew closer, Naomi began dropping comments in meetings that undermined Rebecca's contributions. Clara, who had once been a friend, started avoiding her. Rebecca stayed professional, refusing to fight back in kind. But in the boardroom, where decisions were made, the seeds had been sown. The day the results were announced, Rebecca was called into the HR office. The manager's tone was polite but cold. "Rebecca, the committee has decided to go in a different direction. We appreciate your contributions, but because someone had crafted a narrative strong enough to be believed." That evening, she walked home slowly, the city lights blurring through her unshed tears. Aunt Miriam reached across the table, taking her hand. "Child, they may have disqualified you in their eyes, but God's plan for you is not in their hands." Rebecca tried to move on, but the sting stayed. Weeks passed, and she kept working in her current role, avoiding unnecessary interactions. Then one afternoon, a client she had worked with called her directly. "Rebecca, I don't know what's going on inside your company, but I want you to know, I told your management that you're the reason we've stayed with them. You've been honest, you've delivered every time." The manager who had favored Naomi was let go after a series of poor decisions. Clara resigned unexpectedly. And Naomi, the one who had seemed to win, was caught in an ethical scandal that forced her to step down. One crisp autumn morning, Rebecca was called into the office of the new CEO. "Rebecca," he said with a smile, "I've heard nothing but good things about you from our clients and your peers. I've reviewed your work, and frankly, I'm shocked you weren't given that promotion before. We'd like to offer you the role of Senior Project Manager." She accepted, but not with gloating. She knew vindication had come, not by her own hands, but by the God who sees all. Later that evening, as she and Aunt Miriam sat on the porch watching the sun set, Rebecca said quietly, "They disqualified me, Auntie, but my story wasn't over." Aunt Miriam smiled. "It never is, child. Not when God is the author." And in her heart, Rebecca knew this: what others tried to take from her, God had preserved for the right time.